Yes, it is. What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Super Boy, and today we're taking a look at this piece of crap. Of course, I'm talking about the masterpiece, the Takara Tomy I cannot speak today, guys. The Transformers masterpiece, mp45 Bumblebee, aka MP Bumblebee 2.0. This figure, it disappoints me. Now, y'all may be wondering why I got this Bumblebee. The reason why is because back when I got my third-party Optimus Prime, he looked a bit lonely, and I searched for some good Bumblebee figures. The MP21's fine, it's just it's not my favorite. I much prefer animation accuracy, but unfortunately, I had to resort to this figure. Luckily, I didn't have to pay $100 for it. I got this guy at a pretty good deal at $50. And for the most part, as I played with the guy, it's okay, but it's not good. Trust me, it's not good, but it's okay. Starting off with the box, very nice art of the what's soon to come. You get the front of the box, the back of the box with some promo pictures, along with mp44, that is not light of peace, by the way, and also a list of the accessories. It doesn't, I don't know where the stickers went, so I don't know. Those are also random stickers. Here's the bottom. And now, this figure, it actually came packaged in its car mode, so I actually grabbed it off my shelf and retransformed it. It was fun. But so far, the car mode is actually pretty awesome. I'll say so. Very animation accurate, actually. This is the more compact Beetle design from the original G1. My only real complaint about it is that these panels don't like to line up because of the transformation. We'll get to it. I will transform it, guys. I will. Calm down. But I'd say it's okay for the type of figure that Takara tries to make. He doesn't have rubber tires, unlike his leader, but he does have plastic tires, which allows him to roll. And he drifts slightly. He's not like Jazz. But yeah, front of the car looks good. Side of the car, kind of messy. Back of the car, okay. Top of the car, pretty messy. And the bottom, bleh. Kibble City, man. Kibble City. But this little gap here actually allows it to hold the gun somehow. I've seen people put the gun under the thing, but it doesn't really stick that well. But that's not the only accessories he comes with that are for the car mode. He does come with this license plate, which says Autobot logo, or I guess a heart emoji. It would be I love New York, which you can actually clip onto the bumper of the car. And actually, it's pretty nice. Although it's pretty easy to take out, unlike some other people who had a tighter copy. And also, with the clear windows, unlike Light of Peace with tinted windows, this guy has completely clear ones, so you get a hint of the bullcrap on the inside. You can see all those hinges, all those messy bits. But why include clear parts, you may ask? Well, it's to include a Takara-only gimmick. Here is Spike Witwicky. This dude is like the size of my finger, dude. He is tiny as hell. And he actually, for a small figure, he has some articulation. He has a ball joint at the head, a ball joint at the arm, ball joint at the waist, a ball joint at the leg, and a hinge joint at the knee. Now, Spike here can't enter the car normally. You can't just pull the door open. You actually have to split the car and then forcibly pull the door open and then reattach it somehow. Give me 1 second. Who cares? I don't. Takara does, though. They care so much about their minifigures that they really really had to include Spike. Like, of course they did. We're like, hey, let's include Spike Wiki again in this figure. Like, it wasn't already included in mp44, which, by the way, costs too much, so who cares? Who gives a crap about that figure? And I guess that looks okay with the open doors, but it was not worth the inexcusable costs at the transformation and the robot mode. We'll get to that soon. And it's just like, look at that. Look at how messy the inside is. And also, Spike can't really fit in the dang car. You have to split the car open, then you have to fit him inside. It's a whole mess, and I really don't want to deal with that. I want to make this review short, considering how short this character is, Bumblebee. Now, I know, for a lot of younglings, you're like, why is Bumblebee not a Camaro? Why is he not a Chevrolet? Because he's not. He's a beetle. That's why he's called Bumblebee. He's like a bug. He's small like a bug, like a chud bug. He's the car called a beetle, not a Chevrolet, dingus. Okay. But overall, the car mode is fine. It's just definitely not worth compromising the robot mode. Let's get to that. So, split the car like before, but then you want to lift this piece right here, which is loose on my copy. And then you want to untab these pieces and then fold these things in. Then you're going to want to move up this whole back part so that you can move this roof piece past what will be the arms, which is kind of such a chore. And it may result in some paint chipping, but I don't give a damn at this point. You're going to want to then fold up these side tires so that you can fully fold out this fake chest piece. Fake, yeah, you heard me. And then split the arms like that. And you want to unfold up the head. Then you're going to want to fully fold down this piece so you can fold up the side tires, which these hinge joints are tight. And I'm worried they could snap because they're clear plastic. So yeah, not the best design, Takara. Not really the best thing you could do for this guy. Like, how do you mess up Bumblebee? Anyways, you want to fully tuck them in. There's a tiny hinge joint on the back here that allows it to fold in for a flusher fit. Then this whole assembly, you can actually push it back now. I said push it back now. Thank you. And you can swivel the... Get in there. Get in there. As I was saying, now you can swivel the waist. This looks like a mess because it is a mess. Now you want to fold up this piece. Or not. This piece is loose. Great. But yeah, fold down this shoulder piece, swivel that bicep, and then fold up this piece to reveal the hand. Very cool. Questionable engineering from Takara here. Unlike Light of Peace, this is complete and utter bullcrap. Now, onto the legs. You're going to want to flip out this plate and then shift the whole thing down. And then fold up this, what used to be the seat, is now the leg. Then you want to swivel the shin, like so, and close up that piece. Now, for the feet. You want to unfold and just like kind of actually untab this piece right here, like that, and also fold down this bumper thing here. So it allows you to fold up that like so. And then you can fold in the tire into the foot. Then you want to fully close the window, the side, fold it down, and fold up the window. Believe it or not, this is the complete foot. Oh my gosh, the thing tabbed out again. Stay tabbed in. Please. Okay. You want to do the same thing on the other side, which I'll do right now. I'm saving the back last because it's utter bullcrap, man. It's actually inexcusable. I really hope this video gets out to Takara themselves so that they can fix their mistake and actually make a good Bumblebee figure. Okay. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts. Calm down. Be like Bob Ross. Okay, so this whole thing right here, this whole assembly, after you fold up this piece, which doesn't like to stay put, this whole back piece is going to slide into this groove, which isn't the hardest thing in the world. There we go. But doesn't tab in as well. Then for this butt piece, you want to fold up and then up, like so. Then you want to come here and you want to extend it. And then flip this little tire piece and spin that. And then get into position, collapse it. Now, some people say this doesn't tab in either, but there is actually a tiny thing right here for this piece to tab in, which allows for a slightly more solid fit, but not too solid. And at the end of the transformation, you're going to be wondering, why is his back a mess? Because that is how the figure is designed, unfortunately. So, after that whole fiasco of a transformation, which was not pleasant for me on my first time. I really hated this. We have a robot mode. Now, I will give Takara a bit of credit. The front of the robot mode looks amazing. It looks amazing. He looks just as he is. He's proportionate. He's animation accurate. He's good. But then you turn it and then... oh, great. As you can see, these are some very inexcusable stuff. There are problems with this. One, the backpack here is not accurate at all. It is meant to be flat. It's not meant to be looking panelly. And the back of it is not even accurate either. You have this other separate Autobot logo, which is also flimsy. This little tire thing here is just insulting. It really drives me insane how this is the best Takara could do. And for the feet, oh my gosh, the feet, man. Why do they have feet backpacks? Like, I'm actually pissed off. They couldn't, look, you know what I'm thinking? They could have at least, like, maybe fold down this piece a bit, like, maybe fold this up and then fold this upward a bit. Maybe make the foot base even chunkier and thus making it look more seamless. But no, they thought this was the best design. They really thought that was good. But no, it doesn't work. You see that? That is ugly as crap. It's just... I hate it. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it. And now you're wondering, but Super Boo Boy, why did you buy it? Because, again, my Optimus Prime was lonely. He needed his buddy. He needed his best friend. The best friend of Optimus Prime, Bumblebee. With some loose areas. Not only is his backpack loose, these little bicep things that are meant to, for the transformation, I just found out they're loose. Fun! Absolutely fun! I'm really losing my temper today, but there's going to be one figure on this channel that will make me lose my crap. And I will say swear words in that one. So don't bring your kids for that one. Please. For the love of gosh, don't bring them. Okay? Okay. We're on the same terms. Okay. So, the design and the compromises they had to make, well, they're barely compromises. The design choices they had to do for Takara, I don't know why they did this. I don't know why they thought this was smart. but it was not in the long run. Also, this figure has a lot of problems. Loose bicep, loose backpack, loose knees. Well, this one's loose. This one, not as much. And also, like, there's also a piece of articulation that's missing. You don't know what that is? You see that? You see that? Do you see that? There is no waist swivel. What in the hell is this, Takara? Thanks to this bottom piece clipping into the back, now Bumblebee's waist swivel is completely gone. It's gone. There's no waist swivel. That is unless, of course, you untab this whole butt assembly. Then you get a waist swivel. But now it looks even crappier. Okay, anyways, besides that, let's get on to the accessories. So, as previously mentioned, the gun. We have his tiny hands that unfold. And you can slide the gun into there and somehow clip it into place. Like so. And he has a pretty good grip. Considering the rest of the figure. You also get this blast effect piece that you can stick on the front of the gun. Actually, looks pretty good. Very nice. I like it. And then also he comes with 2 alternate faces. This guy actually has changed out faces like an action figure. First off, you get this neutral face right here. Now, unfortunately, on Javi the Hongs, I always mention that guy. He's the best. He did a review of this guy as well, but a long time ago. But he complained that his faces were they were more lifeless. But for mine, I could kind of tell what his face looks like. If I could just focus my light. Too much. That was way too much. You see, you get a neutral resting face. And it's pretty easy to remove. You just gotta pop it off. You do get these swap out faces. You get a disturbed frown. Kind of hard to tell on camera. And then you get a bright smile. I most likely prefer his bright smile. Now, I have issues with the faces. At some point, when I was playing with the figure, usually when I try to peel off the faces, this whole clear assembly right here that connects the face plate to the eyes and mouth, it would pop off, and I'll have to use pliers to pluck it out. So, I'm deciding I'm going to put a little bit of super glue. Hopefully it'll fix it up. I put super glue on this one. I don't know how it's going to hold. I'm going to see how it's going to hold. And that's it for the accessories, besides those stickers that I don't have. Also, here he is next to Spike Wigwiki. Thanks to him, he had to make these disgusting compromises. Also, he can't stand up. Frick that guy. Anyways, let's get on to the articulation. Now, despite the figure's issues, he actually has okay articulation. So let's start it. You do get a ball joint at the head and a hinge joint as well, which allows him to look up really far and down that far, I guess. Also, every ball joint can be a swivel. You do get a rotation at the shoulder, and it can move out, even more out, actually. The bicep swivel, a bend at the elbow, which is actually single jointed and actually pretty deep. Not bad. You get a wrist swivel, which is pretty tight, and also the fingers can open. Previously mentioned, no waist swivel, frick off. You get a kick, which actually has the same thing as light of peace, has the shifting leg parts. Also, this side skirt is on a hinge joint, so it can fold out. Can move back that far, barely. The side skirts can open for a actually beautiful spread. Now, my copy has super tight thigh swivels. I just hope they don't snap, considering how small this guy is. And then you get those previously mentioned loose bend at the knee, which looks ugly, but you can move it to make it a bit more natural. Just like that. And actually they go back. Never mind. Then you do, of course, get up and down at the ankle. And actually, a super wide pivot. So, the posability, I cannot complain about it. It actually is pretty good. This waist swivel will be damned, thanks to the backpack. He actually poses pretty well. I'll give that to you, Takara. This guy could pose pretty well. I'll actually get him into action pose right now. Now I'll actually open up his fingers for his gun. So yeah, the posability is actually pretty good. It's just too bad that any pose you get him in, you really don't want to look at it because it's like really ugly on certain angles. But I mean, if you face him front, then he's fine. Like that. That's pretty good. But if you just, ugh, disgusting. It insults me. I really think it's ugly. But besides that, this figure is actually pretty okay. Despite the compromises and stuff, his posability is okay, despite the waist swivel. His aesthetic is fine, but the backpack and feet kibble are just absolutely inexcusable for a figure like this. I mean, okay, I guess the figure's too small that you can't really put maximum engineering into it. But, Takara, seriously, take a note out of Fans Toys books. They've made their Fans Toys Cliff Jumper, aka Parkour, and that figure, although its back is not as good, it's not as insulting as this. But, anyways, that was my review. Anyways, I'm going to try to pry his face off. Let's hope the glue held. The glue didn't help. Great. So great. Yeah, this is the issue. That's just great. Stick bar. Stupid natural face. This stupid figure. Stupid. I'm ending the video here.